Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another week and another episode at the Vault Room. This is episode 10, George.
Number 10.
This episode is sponsored by the Vogue Ballroom, Burwood East. George, who do we have today?
I have a very good friend that I can call, again, a brother.
Absolutely.
He has one of the best names that's ever been given to men. I would like to introduce to you my brother from another mother, Georgie. How are you, George? What's going on?
The virtual clapping.
Yes.
Welcome, George. Welcome to the Vault
Thank
Room.
you so much. It's great to be here. I'm honoured.
I forgot one thing. Can I lock the vault?
Okay, you know, he loves to. That's it. He got this thing. Lock
It's
the
the
vault.
Vault Room. We have to lock it. Then once
Lock
we're
it
done,
down.
we unlock it.
Lock it. Done.
All right,
So,
beautiful.
Last week we had LaBelle venues,
Yes,
which is
yes.
from the north.
Yes.
Now, today,
the
this
east.
evening, we have Vogue Ballroom from Burwood East, from the other side
On
of
the east and
town.
the southeast. Yeah.
How are you, Georgie?
Good. Very tired. Like I said, I'm honoured that that you called me up to be here. So sorry I was running a little bit late. Wedding planners and event to
Well,
plan.
thank you for being here.
They don't have a watch. So I left the wedding there and I'm here now. Then I've got to go back. But
No,
that's
thank
good.
you.
That's all
Thank you
good.
for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming. Vogue Ballroom. Now, I remember being there a long time. Again, I started as well there. George was a MC, DJ, and event planner.
No, I didn't. No.
Yeah. So
The full works.
You were literally before you had your own
Correct.
venue.
Yes. Yes.
You were doing all that stuff. Now, how did that come about?
Well, I started, and I'll disclose my age, but I won't tell you. But I started off as a waiter in 1983.
Wow.
I was 13. And I remember like it was yesterday, I started at 2:30 p.m. and finished at 4:30 a.m. because back then there was no liquor licensing laws and so, you could go all night.
And were you from the East?
In the East, yep.
From the East,
Always
so-
down there. So,
Yeah.
and I remember because I still have my first money that I made. I made $20. Now for a 13-year-old, that's huge. I've still got it. I've
still got it?
I framed it. Yeah, I've still got
The
it.
old school 20.
The old school 20, and then from then on, I loved hospitality. I loved being with people. I was always in hospitality. We deal with happy people, so I love it. It's always, and it's a new experience.
Yeah.
Not one event is exactly the same, but when you see, the guests leaving with massive smiles on their face, and some of them swearing and saying, it was the best effing wedding I've ever been to. We nailed it.
Mission
I love it. So slowly, throughout the years, I was a DJ MC, and I did that for like 20 odd years. Worked in 95% of Melbourne's venues. I got flown to Fiji to do weddings. I got flown to Sydney to do weddings, Adelaide. And then slowly, I thought, I want my own. I want my own venue. So Vogue was closed, and that was back in 2013. Walked in 5 minutes I signed.
Wow.
Yeah, it was.
And Vogue Ballroom wasn't the way it was today.
No, that's right. So then renovation started. So we basically gutted the place and started again. And
So you did not use the venue as is. You straight away took it over.
No.
And
Completely
renovated.
stripped it and started again. There was a lot of roofs came down, air cons came down, roofs went back up, bigger air cons, nicer walls, and the colour scheme. 10 years ago, 12 years ago was all the creams,
Yes.
brown,
Correct.
blue, red. So we thought, no, that's not going to.
What were some things from Vogue Ballroom that actually impacted on other venues for them to change as well? Because you did some things that other venues took ideas from.
Yeah, look, every venue is individual and they've got their own style, and I say that. But our style was go a little bit away from the norm and go the black, the white, the charcoal, silver. And then instead of having like one big chandelier in the middle of a room, we lined our ceiling with chandeliers, with French provincial chandeliers, lined it the whole lot.
Spread 'em all out.
Walls white, carpet black with white or silver accents. So it was the black, white, silver charcoal theme. It was different. So people would walk in and go, wow. And look, as time passes, venues evolve and, trends change. But it's really nice because back in the day, you can see it from our social media, we were the ones that started and everyone's, following, which is great, and now things are changing again.
I loved. I remember the first. I vaguely remember the first time I was there. You've been to Vogue,
I have a couple of times.
so there's a balcony,
Yeah.
and then I was like, usually I just the door, walk in, normal. They will go, we want to start from the balcony, and make your way down. I'm like, what do I do? Because I've never done a balcony before. It's a very unique.
What did you think you were going to jump?
You know what? If it was possible for me, I would jump.
Absolutely. Throw the rope over. And,
No, but it was like it's a nice thing where you open a curtain.
Yes.
You got the couple there. You can actually do different kind of performances.
Correct.
Then it closes. Then you can have your show in the center of the dance floor. Then you can have the doors open again.
So the theory behind that is that so the bridal party line up downstairs, and we put them to the side so they can't see anyone behind. So every couple gets introduced, come in. Last couple comes in, curtains are closed. So the guests are looking there, thinking, "Where's the bride and groom?" Once the master of ceremonies, announces the new Mr. and Mrs. or the new bridal couple, then the curtains on the balcony open up in the mezzanine. And everyone screams because they go, "Oh, they're up on the top!" Like
They weren't expecting it.
it's like introducing the king and queen, like
Yes.
with
Yeah,
royal
it's
weight.
Royalty.
It's
Yeah,
very,
that's right.
it's very different.
Yeah.
Very different.
George, so just so our listeners and viewers can know, how many people can you host? How many?
Okay, so if it's a cocktail event, we're licensed for 420.
Yeah.
Now, with an untouched dance floor,
Mm-hmm.
the most that I would put in there is about 360 to be comfortable. We can put more, but it's going to be tight. We don't want that.
Of course not.
Average wedding these days, I think, has dropped from back, 12 years ago when we first started, which were the 280s to the 380 people. These days, it's on average between 160 to 250.
Yeah.
That's the average wedding now. Yeah.
Yeah.
But we can, seat comfortably, and we have, round tables, trestle tables, oval tables, and we can mix and match.
Yeah.
Yeah. This episode is proudly sponsored by the one and only Vogue Ballroom in Burwood East. Mention IMNSA, Sparked Events, that creative hub, and the Vogue Ballroom, and George will take care of you.
100%.
He takes care of me. If he's going to take care of
100%.
me, he's going to take care of
Any
you.
friend of yours is a friend of ours.
Thank you, sir. So look them up on all social media platforms. You want to tell them which platforms? And
Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, wherever. We're everywhere.
done.
Yeah.
Look it up. Call them for a quote. Check it out if you're in the eastern suburbs. Even if you're in the north, many from the north do go to the east.
Yep.
I love traveling there. I don't usually like traveling to the east, but when someone says Vogue Ballroom, I'm like, no hesitation.
It's a good run. It's an easy run, straight
It
off the
is.
freeway. So.
Again, it's like family.
Yeah.
You're amazing. You treat me as part of your own.
Pleasure.
And
You're a gentleman, so why wouldn't
And that
we?
helps me it helps me wanting to go to work and say, you know what? I'm going to have a good night tonight.
Look, I was a supplier. I was one of you, right? And one thing that I said and I did when we opened up a Vogue Ballroom, the suppliers need to be treated exactly the same as guests. So our policy is the suppliers that come must have not a crew meal, the full meals.
I agree.
Whatever the guests eat, the suppliers must eat. Okay. What we also do is that photographers, videographers are out all day and they're knackered. By the time they roll up to the venue, waiting for the bride and groom or the bridal couple to arrive, they're hungry. So we have platters for them. We have it ready for them because I understand, they're hungry. And if they're well fed, they perform better.
Exactly.
They take
That's
better
what I said a
photos,
couple
they
weeks
take better
ago.
videos.
Yep.
But that's you. Have you ever had your client or customers come and say, but we don't want nothing for the band table?
Yes.
What would you say to that?
I'd argue against it.
Yeah.
But there's been times saying, leave it. Don't worry about it. It'll be on the house. There is no way that we'd have a supplier come in and not eat or drink. Drink to moderation, that is, but they need to eat. Because I've seen it myself. I've done back in the day, many, many years ago, when I had hair, and I have none, that I roll up to a venue and I was eating my fingers. They didn't even offer, a piece of bread.
That's right. That's what I was saying a couple of weeks ago.
And I
I
said,
go to some venues, we're waiting for our entrees, and venues like, no entrees, client didn't pay for it. You just have to wait till your mains. But they don't understand these photographers, like you said, and videographers. They've been at the bride or the groom's house 5 a.m,
Correct.
recording, driving to the
Correct.
parks and all these locations.
Correct.
It's nice to have a meal and feel appreciated. It's like they need to fuel up and get the night going again,
Correct. Yeah.
Without them being fed.
I don't know if I brought this up, but there was one guy that I knew this was years ago, photographer, filmed the whole day, hadn't eaten properly, nothing, gone to the venue. I don't remember which venue it was. They said, sorry, you don't have a seat. There's no food for you, no nothing. And this guy just clicked, walked up to the bride, turned his camera around. He goes, look at that. Pressed erase, walked out.
No.
I want to ask you something, George. Going back to George's story now, do you blame the venue for that or the couple for not considering the crew? Who does that fall back onto? Or both?
you have to be human.
Yes.
Okay, you have to understand. You're in hospitality. You're with happy people. So you can't sort of like neglect or differentiate between a supplier. Oh, here's a crew. We're going to give them a crew meal. No, they're human. You got to eat. Back in the day when I did a function, I actually saw a photographer order a pizza, and they walked in through the middle of the.
I've ordered
venue.
Uber before. I sat in the car park. I've ordered
That's
Uber.
terrible. That's terrible. I don't think any bridal couple will say no to their vendors eating. I don't believe that.
Yeah, I don't. I would never understand.
And
that.
admittedly speaking, we actually discount. We call them a crew meal, which is exactly the same, but we actually give them a discounted rate
Wow.
to even entice them more. I have never had a couple come up to us and say, "No, we don't want to pay for our supplies." I'll argue it, right? But at worst case, to make them happy, I'll say, "Look, don't worry about it. It'll be covered." You're not going to become poorer with 2 plates of
course.
But
of
like
food.
you said too,
And you've always got extra.
that
always.
team is what's going to make your day.
Correct.
But that's when you go out there as a drummer and you speak to other vendors, say, the Vogue Ballroom treated me properly.
Correct,
They actually gave me a meal. That's how the word goes around.
Yeah.
Or you could just trash talk and say, I sat there all night, I didn't get fed. It comes down to the venue as well.
But not just because I get treated like family there, which I do, and this is again why you're here. There's a lot of venues that look, everyone's going to have a chance to be here, but it's the respect shown,
I'm honoured. Likewise.
and when the respect is shown, the respect is given back tenfold. Talking about food, your food is very different to a lot of other receptions,
I was going to ask about that.
and because you have your basic lamb. What is it? What are they most of the place? Lamb. There's a chicken.
The menu is massive.
But your menu, like I sit there, like I don't personally eat much at the venues. I don't look forward to it because it's very
You can't
Groundhog Day, same
during a function.
Yeah.
But when
I
I
go home at 2
come,
o'clock in the morning, then I sit down and eat, which is bad.
But the food there, like I literally look forward to it because it's something different from the entree to the mains, so to the dessert. So how do you come about? You've changed the menu to be completely different to opposite.
We have 3 executive chefs. 3. They've come from a reputable venue that closed down many, many years ago. They got offered to sell it, and the owner took it, and so they were out of a job. And I worked at this venue. I'm not going to mention names, but anyway, the southeast towards the beach, close down there. You
You want to give us the latitude, longitude?
towards the beach, yeah. And it's funny because when I rang up the chef and he's like, "Oh, George, hello. Every time your phone number comes up on my phone, I get heart palpitations. What are we doing?" Because I'd ring him. If I had a function, I'd ring him. Okay, we've got this nationality, so make sure there's no pink in the steak. We've got this nationality, make sure it's medium rare. Because I was a wedding planner, so I had to do everything to perfection. Yeah. I said, I heard that the venue got sold. And he goes, "How did you hear?" I said, "Don't worry, we hear everything." And I said, "So where are you going to work?" And he said, "I was going to call you." So he came in, we sat down, we spoke for about 5 hours, just coffee after coffee after coffee. Shook hands and he walked out the door. He goes, "I'll see you on Monday." And he's walking out the door and he's like, "We didn't talk about money." And I took out my phone, I punched in some numbers and I said, "This is what you're going to get paid." And I said, "That's what you're getting paid." And he said, "Firstly, how do you know?" Secondly, he goes, "How can you afford that?" He goes, "I had 2 rooms at the other venue. Mm-hmm. We were doing sometimes 8 weddings a weekend, 2 lunch, 2 dinner, 2 lunch, 2 dinner." I said, "But I'm investing in you." Anyway, so time came past, a couple of weeks, he was there. And then he said, "We need 2 other boys or 2 other chefs that I've worked with. I want to bring them over." I said, "Why are you asking me for? Bring them." They're fussy. The food is great. So our motto is high quality food and a lot of it. The guests will not leave the venue and do the walk.
I vouch for that.
I say this, the walk of shame to McDonald's. No, absolutely not. Sometimes we get asked, "Oh, what's this?" "Oh, that was mains." "And what was that before?" "Entree." "And what was that thing on the tower?" "Pre-entree."
Yeah.
They're like, "How much are you feeding us?"
When I first brought entree, I thought that was mains. I'm like, how's this entree? And then when I finished dessert, like, they were so nice to say, "Do you want more?"
Do you want more? That's right.
You
We've
want-
always
yes,
got-
you do.
But you don't get that. You don't get that from many
we
other
get
venues.
guests asking, we loved it, it was fantastic.
Yeah.
Like for instance, the shank, and I just leave the bone, and the chefs hate cooking the shank. It's 12 hours.
Yeah.
It takes 12 hours to cook it. And like, "Do you want another one?" "Really?" "Yeah."
Yeah.
There you go.
Guests do talk. I always hear about guests talking. They went to this venue, chicken was undercooked, or we didn't get enough food, or because I was saying a few weeks ago, I was at a venue. They fed all the guests, and the crew table was last, and they only gave us, I think, about 2 or 3 chicken wings that was left in the kitchen, and a couple
Really?
pieces of meat. They said, "Sorry, guys, that's the only thing that's left. We are running your night, guys. Feed us." It's just not right. But I can vouch for his food. I've been there. I've seen it.
Food's 5 stars.
We had a function once, and we always have, because our food and beverage attendants, our wait staff, eat exactly the same as what the guests eat. That's why we've got the lowest turnaround of staff in Victoria, and I'm proud of that. My staff have been there for like forever. Like we hardly ever change staff. And so my policy is, you work here, you got to eat.
Good.
Yeah,
Take your breaks, take whatever, you got to eat. And we came to the stage where, there was nothing left for the crew. I went up to the crew and I said, guys, I'm so sorry. I said, we overcooked, but the guests wanted extra, so we gave it to them. Can you wait 10 minutes? Are you okay if we make something like a chicken parmigiana for you? And they're looking at me, they're going, really? Absolutely. Thank you so much. The chef's cooked. I went in there and said, mate, make 10 meals. And they cooked chicken parmigiana, they had potatoes, they put potatoes, salad, and the crew ate, and they loved it. But you can't just sort of say, sorry, we've run out and there's no food for you.
Yeah.
Of course.
No.
So I want your thoughts on, I personally, I know you would agree with me here, is break happens, you've had the entrance, you've done all that, entree's about to be served. I personally feel that the vendors should be served first.
Yep.
Because once they serve first, they're ready to go, and then you can serve everybody else, because what happens is you serve the guests. We're waiting, and then the guests are finished eating, we have to rush to get back to work.
And it's only one table compared to 20 or 30 tables.
Correct. So rule of thumb, though, is always serve bridal party and parents' table, the VIP tables.
Of
Okay,
course.
now, depending on how many staff you have on or how many guests you have. So we say, let's talk about mains. For 300 guests, our mains will take 11 minutes to serve, and that's oven, bench, plate out.
Wow.
Because like in the kitchen, nothing's pre-plated, nothing is pre-cooked. So it's always, that's why we don't negotiate the times of service, because everything's cooking in the background. And if someone's speaking too much on the microphone, during speeches, I'll get a text from the head chef.
So you don't negotiate time. So you have a set time.
Correct,
Yeah.
because we need a certain amount of time for the meal to come out, for the guests to eat that meal, and not for us to clear, fix the table, clean the table, do whatever formalities, whatever else has to happen in between. And we give it enough time. There's like an hour plus in between the meals, but at that time, we need to get it out, because that's when I'll get the text from the chef. Tell him to be quiet. My food's getting cold. I'm going to stab you in the eye. And he's like, and he'll sit at the end of the race. We have, if there's 5 elements on a plate, there'll be 5 people on one line. We call it a race. 1 element and a cross, 1 element and a cross. And then he'll see at the end, put the garnish on, and out it goes. If you hear banging, you'll know that he didn't like the look of the plate, so he'll just throw it in the big tub and say, do it again. He doesn't care.
Yeah.
I wanted to bring up, so not long ago, you had a menu taste testing.
Yes.
And I heard that was...
We had a
was
special
wild.
taste test.
It was a big one.
Yes.
Do you just want to tell us about it?
It was massive. So
You had a lot of vendors there. Or?
we did. Look, we did. Look, to be on our list, you need to earn your stripes, because everyone's a drummer, everyone's a DJ, everyone's an MC, everyone's a photographer, videographer. It's like we've seen a lot of disasters, but it was great. So we had 35 couples with their families. Mr. Edmund Dante, I'm going to use the stage name.
I love it. I love his pulling your arm.
Even though we've got the best names, George, but he was there. Mike Entertainment, which is Sambika and the Brazilian dancers were there.
Yeah.
We had a DJ, and he had his massive setup, pyrotechnics.
Yeah.
Special effects like lasers hanging off the ceiling.
Yeah.
In the foyer, we had cannoli. Sorry, I lie. We had a gelati cart, a tiramisu station, an oyster bar.
Wow.
It was
The full works.
yeah. It was.
I was like stuck to the oyster bar.
Yeah, it was wow, and the guests loved it. We had stylists in there, entertainers, like we had a violinist and a cello player and a saxophonist, and it was great.
So how many times do you do this menu taste testing in a year?
we try to do it every 2 months, every
2 months.
2 to 2.5 months.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Some places only do it once every 6 months.
Yeah, you can't because depending on like we had 35 people. That's for the next couple of months.
Yeah.
But then after 2 months, we're going to do another one for the following 2 months.
Yeah. Is there a seasonal change as well with your menu?
It is. It is. Not with obviously red meat, white
Yeah, of
meat,
course. Yeah.
but the condiments that go with it, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it does.
So with those guests that were there, have they pre-booked?
They've booked with us.
They've already
They have booked with us, yeah. Yeah.
So they're just finalising the package at that
Correct.
stage.
So what we do is that we show them different styles that you can have the venue. You can walk into Vogue Ballroom and not do anything,
Yeah.
and it's stunning, right? But it's also looked upon as a blank canvas, so you can add to it. And the more you add, everyone's got different styles, different tastes.
Yeah.
We've got anchor points in the ceiling, and the reason why I say that is because we were chosen out of every venue in Victoria by Channel 7. There was going to be, and this happened just before COVID hit. They were going to have a reality show called Extreme Weddings. So people that were jumping out of a helicopter, and getting married on the way down with parachutes, and they're like real nutcases, and they wanted an extravagant wedding. So they chose Vogue Ballroom, and we had it. It's still on TV. It's on 7+. You can see it if you look up Extreme Weddings. So we had a 12-tier cake hanging from our ceiling. It went wild. So you can do anything. So we've got anchor points in the ceiling, whatever. And this is because I emceed that night, and this is my motto: whatever you dream, we'll make it happen.
Yeah.
Because we can.
Yeah.
And as you would know, a lot of things happen behind the scenes that people don't know. So you need to be there to fix it.
Yeah.
So that night we had an issue with the ice sculpture. It was melted. It actually turned up melted. And the producer was losing it. And he's like, "Oh, George, what do we do? This and that." And I said, "It's okay. You know about it and I know about it. The guests do not. Let it go."
Yes.
Yeah, smart.
That's how you control
Very
it.
smart,
That's right. So they had it for the pre-dinner drinks and canapes.
Because you know what, it's true, because a lot of things that happen behind the scenes, we know about it, the people don't. And we lose our mind because we want to give them the best.
Correct.
But at times, you're going to make that judgment call.
Yep. I can tell you, stories. One day I'm going to write a book of what happens
Hey,
behind the scenes.
I'd love to read a book.
Yeah, write a book.
I've seen few sides of George, yeah? Look, George to me, I've experienced nothing but the best sides.
Yeah.
But I've seen the bad side. Don't piss him off. You know what I mean? Because he'll give you everything.
Yeah.
And he's got a lot of rules and guidelines in the sense he wants everything to be the best.
Perfect. Yeah.
And when you piss him off, you'll know about it.
Well, look, that's how you run a successful venue.
But as you're
gotta be
aware, he's
straight
very
to the point.
open,
Yeah.
energy, loves what he does. He's passionate.
He is passionate, yeah.
And he just wants to give everyone the best.
All these clients that book you, you're then their employees. You're working for them.
Yes.
You need to create the memories that they're going to cherish forever. It's one day. You can't sort of do it half-hearted.
No.
And it's simple. Just deliver what you promise and over-deliver.
Because
There's no problem.
you know that one time they get a sour taste
Correct.
can harm you later on.
Correct.
In the
Without
long,
you even
in
realising.
the long run, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Correct.
As they say, it's like you do one, so out of 10 people, you'll gain one or two. You keep
That's
on
right.
gaining one or two. You piss people off, you will lose more than what you've gained.
Well, you do a wedding. You've won the bride and groom. They've chosen you for a reason. You won then. Then it's your job then to win the guests
Yes.
because they're the ones that are going to leave and say, "Hey, I went to Vogue Ballroom, was sensational. Check it out." Even if by passing comment, one booking from every function keeps it rolling.
Correct.
One booking.
I want to ask you something, George. I like to ask this to all the venues. Like you said earlier, you've got a set time. Kitchen opens up, food's going
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
How about when guests rock up late and the schedule's behind by half an hour, 40 minutes, or whatever it is?
Okay. If they're rocking up late, this is where the function manager needs to be on the toes, right?
Yes.
And I'm overlooking everything.
Yes.
So the first thing that our chef does, he always comes out and pops his head, behind the barricade. Is like, okay, where's the guests? What's going on? If we've got enough time, they can slow it down. They don't have to press play on the combi ovens to start cooking, so they can slow it down.
Yes.
There's some cultures out there which they come late.
Yes.
They actually come late, and
The Arabs.
no,
No, do you know what?
no,
Us
the
Arabs are actually good. We like to party. We want to get there and party.
Look, Arabs are like Greeks. They're either half an hour early or 2 hours late.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
That's true.
they're not.
That's what I'm saying about being late, though.
No, they're not. They're not late. No, they're good. But there's cultures out there, which I get. It's their culture.
Yeah.
Okay. And we adapt to that. You just got to adapt to it. We always ask the couple, who's coming, where you're from, what part of the world, and so forth. And we adapt to it. You got to know. There's other cultures that actually don't respond. They don't reply. There's RSVP, and they roll up and say, "Surprise, we're here."
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you do? But we're prepared. Or other cultures that actually come, and then halfway during the night they leave, and then another batch rolls up.
Yeah.
That's crazy though.
Yeah, it's huge. It's opened
Because
my eyes.
you
Yeah,
don't know, like every week can be different.
correct.
And you gotta
is.
you gotta be on the ball and you gotta be switched on.
Yeah,
There's one thing I've always said, and I don't want to sound like an idiot saying it, but I think I don't like dumb people. There's no excuse to be dumb. Really. You've got a brain, use it.
Yep.
Be logical. In this time, this day and age we live in, you can't be stupid. You got to really be on the ball,
you got to be on the ball.
especially in our business.
Yeah.
You take an executive decision with the ice sculpture.
Yeah,
Someone else will be like, oh, frantic, going nuts, going crazy, and then you're going to have anarchy everywhere.
well,
Everyone's
I
going to
had
go
it for half
nuts.
an hour and I got rid of it.
But that's
Slide it in the office, done. No one
That's
can
it.
see it again.
They saw it, done. See you later.
Yeah,
But what I'm saying, you got to be switched on in this business.
but you have to be. You can't. This is what a lot of people say to me. Why are you at every function? I'm not a micromanager. My team, God bless them, they're amazing. I'm blessed
bless them, yeah.
to have them there, right? I don't trust them. I trust them with my life. But I need to oversee things. And there was an issue once a while back where the cake didn't roll up. Bride and groom rolled up after the ceremony, and I was taking photos. They came in early. 4 o'clock, no cake. 4:30, no cake. 5 o'clock, no cake. 5:30, went up to the groom and I said, we have an issue. What's wrong? Your cake supplier hasn't rolled up with the cake. We've rang them 100 times, they're not answering. He goes, you're kidding. No. Walks in, he goes, what are we going to do now? What are we going to do now? I said, it's too late for us to bake a cake now. It's too late. Not going to happen. Let me try again. And try it again, nothing. Okay, cool. Go back upstairs. He's like, what are you going to do? That's my business now. Go back upstairs, console your new wife, and have a drink of champagne. I'll fix it. Okay. Called his dad in. I said, sit down. Called one of my suppliers. I said, you know that fake cake that you've got in your showroom? Yeah, bring it. When? Now. Why? Because we need a cake. And we had a no-show. What do you got in your fridge? Continental. How many slabs? 3. I go, well, that 200 people? He goes, easy. Bring them.
Good on you.
Right? In 45 minutes, we had it there. Now, guests rolled up, they sat down, they saw this 5-tier cake, they did the fake cutting of the cake, we picked up the cake, took it into the kitchen, cut the slabs up at the end of the night and served it.
And no one knew anything.
No,
Problem
there you go.
solved.
There you go.
I said, I don't know how much you're going to charge you. This is who it is. This is his card. Go pay him on Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah, problem solved. You can't just let it go. So I overlook everything just in case.
And when clients want to come book, do they speak to you directly, or do you have someone
Okay,
else?
so they go through a process. So they'll make a phone call, they'll make or an email inquiry. Our sales manager, her name is Trish. She's been around forever. She was actually got a text message during COVID when COVID hit, saying that thank you, we don't need you anymore. So I heard about it from another venue. So I texted her straight away because I've known her for 20 years. I said, hey, I heard you're looking for a job. How did you hear? I hear everything. Come and talk. She came and chatted and she said, yeah, well, done. And she's there. So she's
So if
fantastic.
I ever give up drumming and doing it at my events, would you hire me?
Absolutely, 100%.
I will stay away from the bar. Okay. I will stay
I don't think
away.
that's
He'll
gonna
make you go broke.
I don't think it's going to happen.
So Georgie, sorry.
He always says that he doesn't drink much. He doesn't.
Do you know what? You haven't been to the bar outside in his booth.
Okay. I think he's embarrassed with me around.
So as we all know, Vogue Ballroom, Burwood East, you do weddings.
Yeah, do every type of event. Yeah.
Your son
Yes,
just got admitted as a
lawyer.
lawyer. As what
Australian
kind of lawyer?
So Australian lawyer. So as an officer of the Supreme Court of Victoria.
Yeah.
He's been working in law for about 6 years now.
God bless him.
God bless him. In between, working at Vogue, Chris, I need you to do the bar. Chris, come and help. We're short-staffed with this, with that. So he came. So he
what
did
lawyer
it.
is he though?
So he specialises in family and commercial law.
So it works out good day in a sense where you've got. I know you do, but if I was in that position, I'd be like, if you want to get married, here's my card. If you want to get divorced, here's my card.
No, we don't do that.
Best of both worlds.
Do you have a special office for him?
But we have your son here.
We do, yeah.
If he doesn't mind, just like to maybe say hello to him and jump on the this end, if that's okay. Is that right, Chris?
Yeah, just
You can walk
through.
straight around if you like.
Yeah, straight through.
Please make way for the divorce lawyer. Make way for the divorce lawyer. Treat him well.
My time's billables. You're all being charged.
All right, let's see if you do you fit on the screen. How's that, Ethan? Yeah, beautiful. Chris,
If you want to speak into the mic, just use my voice.
Chris, how does it feel? I want to ask you a question.
Okay, here we go.
As I have how old are you, Chris?
I'm 24.
24. How does it feel? Because I have a son.
Mm-hmm.
How does it feel working for dad? Working with dad, actually.
At the start, it felt like a bit of a chore. Now it's kind of second nature.
Yeah.
So I mean, like Dad, I worked my way up at Vogue. Started at 13 cleaning dishes, then helping out the kitchen. Then when I turned 14, 9 months, 15, I started waitering. I had my fair share of experience with that. I remember, I'll never forget, on my first day, I dropped a whole tray of champagne on this poor lady, and she was great. So we went through that. Then over time, worked my way up to behind the bar when I turned 18. So I was waiting for 3 years. So then, oh my God, that leaves 6 years and I'm still working. So 18, obviously COVID happened. So when COVID was happening, I was helping Dad with the admin stuff. And I was finishing high school, starting uni at the time. Then as I got older, started concierging. Now it's just wherever he needs me.
It would have taught you a lot, huh? Because
Yep.
we try, as parents,
Yeah.
we try to guide our kids and make them understand. And you will realise this when the kids are older.
We work for our kids.
Yeah, and the
nothing
thing is,
else.
our kids do kind of tend to be like,
Yeah.
oh, what's dad saying? He doesn't know this, he doesn't know that, which is the normal.
Correct.
It's the norm of being a child. But you, look at you. I believe I'm the man I've become because of my parents.
Correct.
And I try to give my kids whatever I can.
That's why you're working. That's why you're doing, 10 gigs on a weekend. I see you in your rec and you're still working. And you're running.
crazy.
That's why we
But
work from 8
you
a.m.
have-
till 2 a.m.
You have, I commend you. You've got a beautiful son.
Thank you.
And
He-
you're an absolute gentleman.
Thank you.
He
I do
resists.
too.
Everything I say, he resists.
Yeah,
But
they
he
all do.
listens. And
Yeah,
at his
yeah.
21st, he actually turned around and he said, oh, my dad, he goes, and can I swear? He said, he me. And I'm looking at him, first I'm looking, I go, why? Because everything he says is right. I go, that's right. I am right.
But you realise, what? It's the years of experience we've been through.
Correct, yeah.
We've been burnt. We've been screwed. Anything under the sun that we've been through it, and we don't want you guys to go through it. Yes, you'll learn from it,
Yeah.
but we don't want you to go through certain things because it's the times that we were in is different to what you guys are in now.
Different generations.
Yeah,
Different
correct.
generation.
Correct.
We were rough as guts.
Yeah. There we were.
Everything was dealt with very differently.
Absolutely.
generation
we worked
now-
we worked on the streets. We had no internet, no nothing.
You had to grind. to
That's
make it.
correct. Yeah.
So not only are we sponsored by Vogue Ballroom, Burwood East, we can
They're
say
also
technically
covered by.
we are covered legally by our newly
Admitted.
appointed Chris, divorce court lawyer. So are you gonna start like a firm or something, or like?
Look, I don't know what the plan is for the long term. I mean, I've been at this firm, so I'm at Bailey Tim's Lawyers. We've got an office in the city,
Our future sponsor.
and then obviously
100%.
in Murrumbeena.
100%.
I don't know what's in the future. I love litigation. I love advocacy. So that's kind of the route I want to go down now. But I just want to build my technical skills, build my reputation, develop myself as a lawyer, and then whatever comes in the future. I mean, I've got,
You have got the Don of Dons, mate.
I've
Let me
got-
just tell you.
Well, no, look,
I'm backed
look.
pretty well.
He
Let's
did
be
it.
real.
I remember like it was yesterday. He was 15 years old. He came up to me one day and he said, "Dad, I got pretty good marks for my studies at I think it was year 9 or something." I said, "What, were your teachers drunk? They pressed the wrong button. How'd you get this?" He goes, "No, well, I did well." I said, "Well, congratulations." I said, "And?" And he's like, "I want a Samsung watch." I said, "A what?" He said, "A Samsung watch." "How much is a Samsung watch?" He goes, $500. I said, "I beg your pardon? $500? What do you think I am?" I said, oh, this is exactly what I said to him. I said, "What do you think I am, a bank? Go get a job." He goes, "What?" I said, "I don't know. Fish and chip shop, paper round." He's like, "There's no more papers." Okay. I'm like, okay, oops, I'm showing my age. Go fill up shelves. I go, Safeway or Coles. And I said, "Aren't you lucky that Dad's got a business? So you will come and work as a waiter. You will work 10 times. and I'll buy you a watch. He's like, I go, correct, $50 a night.
Wow.
And I said, once you finish your uni, you become top of your whatever you want to do, then you can charge $5,000 a day. But for now,
Good on you.
Now you're going to get $50. And the first night, so outside the office where the lounges are, would have been about 1 o'clock in the morning. He lie down and he was wrecked. I said, get up. He goes, why? I said, we need to do a tour of the venue, make sure all the doors are shut, make sure there's no taps running, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And he jumps in the car and I said, look, we're going to go somewhere, but don't tell mum because she's going to kill us. Don't tell mum. He's like, what? I said, we'll go past McDonald's. Kids, I love my. He's like, nah, Dad, I just want to go home. First time ever, I thought, mate, he was wrecked.
Yeah.
You know,
But it taught him.
yeah,
It
there
taught
you
him.
go. But they were saying, so parents, we understand. I look at you and I say, your dad is like a, I can't say the word. I'll beep that out. I couldn't. What else am I going to say? But parents, kids don't ever realize what they have because does that make sense?
Correct.
Like kids underestimate or just like that's my dad. Understand your dad or your parents bleed for you, and they don't realize this till later in the future.
But we did too.
We did, but not to the extent of the generation. I'm not saying about you.
Yeah, we were growing up and we're like, oh, my dad
Yeah.
and this and that and blah, blah, blah.
They take it for granted until
Yeah.
they realize,
And he does it for you because at the end of the day, when we go, what's ours is there for you guys.
Correct.
And we want you guys to not go through getting married, getting divorced, all that stuff.
Correct.
So you've got a beautiful gentleman. Done. Chris.
Done. Appreciate
Pleasure.
it. Appreciate it.
George,
Yes.
when vendors come to your site, what do you expect from them? How do you want them? Because sometimes I see vendors going to site and they treat the venue like crap. They don't care. It's just, how do you work with vendors? How do you know how you select the right vendor, or you don't want this vendor there, or that's a suitable vendor? How do you select your vendors? How do you
If
prioritize?
they prove themselves, it's look. Sometimes you might have an off day.
Yeah.
Okay. Might have a bad day, and someone may come in grumpy, that type of thing. It's different. My pet peeve is if you roll up, don't roll up with 300 assistants. Let us know. Hi, I'm doing this, whatever I'm doing. Oh, those 3 guys are my assistant. What are they going to carry? 1 bag each? That's what actually puts a spanner in the works, because then, okay, do we have extra chairs? No. Well, we do, but it's in the store areas, in the containers there. So by the time we go out there, open containers, trying to pull them out, clean them, put them, reset tables, that it takes time. So if they let us know that, hey, I'm coming, but I'm going to have 2 assistants with me. No problem. Easy. Simple as that.
Yeah.
Simple as that. Look, I have, and like I said, I was a vendor, right? I was a supplier. I'd walk in, and I remember one venue, and it's still around, and I have the utmost respect for it. And there was 2 managers there, and I'd walk in, they're like, "Oh, you're here? Yeah, why? See you later. We're going home." What do you mean? They go, "We're going home," because in my books, kitchen is king.
Yes.
The venue is king. What do you want? They'd say to me, like when I used to set up a massive sound system, when I was DJing and emceeing, and yes, it was vinyl then, and then CDs, but that's what do you need? 1 PowerPoint, 1 GPO. What else do you need? Just a PowerPoint. No. Do you want a table? No. Do you want a chair? No. What do you need? Oh my God! What part of 1 PowerPoint don't you understand?
Yeah.
Everything was said. So when they saw me, they're like, "Can you work here all the time?" Yeah. Here's my card. Book me. And I was there a lot.
Yeah.
So if you want a lot of work, you treat people the way you want to be treated. And I think today, in today's society and vendors, 95% are great. I don't have an issue. Well, you got the 5% who are like, dodgy.
Do you know what bothers me? Like whoever's watching, it's not directed at you. But when I'm sitting on the crew table and one performer comes with their partner and they take up a seat.
Yeah.
And the one photographer or one videographer misses out because they didn't claim their seat nice and early.
That's what I mean. Tell us.
It
There's no
really
problem.
pisses me off. Like you said, let the venue know. Because we are the crew. We are actually working. You are here just to support your partner.
You're correct.
Heads up. Because
Yeah.
you're claiming a seat.
One day before?
That's all it is. Most venues let it go with one seat. They're not going to charge the client, but
It's
don't claim someone else's seat
selfish
because
as
you're
well.
here with your partner. You want to support them or record them or just stand with them.
Yeah.
It really bothers me, and I've seen it like I see it week in, week out. It's not right.
If I ever have an extra, I always tell you sit on my seat and I'll walk away.
Speaking of which, and I got really pissed with him. Sorry, you can beep that out. Because he called someone, he had someone with him doing videos and content. And at the end of the night, she said that he actually gave her his seat so she can eat, and he didn't. But he never told. And I got upset.
Yeah.
I said, "Are you insane? We throw food away.
Yeah.
Our kitchen hands live like kings at the back. Whatever's left,
Yeah.
take it." And he wouldn't tell me because he's a gentleman.
Yeah.
Do it again, I dare you. Do it
It's
again.
not that. It's just that I understand what everyone's going through and the
It doesn't
staff and-
matter.
yeah.
You've come to Vogue Ballroom. You haven't gone anywhere.
No,
I don't care.
and I appreciate that. And this
I
is
don't
again
care.
why I love Vogue Ballroom.
No,
Yeah.
don't do
No,
that.
thank you.
Yeah.
I just, like I said, I am sympathetic. I like to treat people how I get treated, how I want to be treated, sorry. And then I know what they go through. I've been in the business, so I'm like, I got to be considerate as well. I'm not a piece of because, I got to say, no, but if someone else is there, I'm not going to pull you out.
I know, but look, I understand you, but you're a Vogue Ballroom.
No, thank you.
No doesn't
Thank you.
exist. We
Georgie,
fix
are you ready for the quick fire questions?
it.
These are like
quick.
fast, quick,
How
fast
do I
questions.
answer in-house
Do you want to
counsel?
ask me a question?
All right. What will you do usually?
Okay.
Explain it to George.
You can ask us a question each.
Yeah.
Anything you want. You want to know. You want to find out about something. We're happy to answer it.
Just one question each.
Yeah, one question each.
Okay.
Then George has got a
Same question for both of you. I'm not going to ask you your age because you're still very energetic. How long are you going to do this for? And I'll tell you if you've passed or not.
until I fail.
Me to my dying breath.
Perfect. People
That's,
say to me, when are you going to retire? Never. Never. I love it.
I think we
I
will
love
all
it.
still have some involvement in the business.
100%.
Whether it's not say drumming, whether it's not say fireworks, there's still some sort of involvement in the business. You can't take that away from anyone.
No.
Even if I fail, I'm just going to get back stronger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing's going to stop me anytime soon.
Georgie, you ready?
I'm ready.
Chris, our lawyer, resident lawyer, are you ready? Okay. Who had the better moves on the mic? You as a DJ, you as an MC, or you as the owner of Vogue Ballroom?
Me as an MC on the mic.
Have you heard him MC before?
No.
Okay, if he's this good on this mic, can you imagine him on live?
Do you know what? I like
And
his
behind
tone.
the
He's got
decks?
that deep tone.
And the funny thing is,
Sorry, but you are my favourite Greek.
well, everyone was formerly
How much
Greek.
did you
so
say before
Did
that?
you hear that?
Everyone was
Yeah,
formerly Greek.
I was waiting for that kind of wing next coming. Everything's Greek.
No, everyone was formerly Greek, but this is the funny thing is, right? So I come from an island in Greece called Limnos, right? And I always say there's two types of Greeks, Limnians and people who want to be, but anyway. But this dude here with his red, what do you call your red trousers?
Sherwell.
Sure, well, we call them vrakes, right?
Yeah.
They are exactly the same, but different colours. Like the Limnians
So you're saying that you guys made it?
Well, we made it. You copied. That's right. But yours are silk.
So where was Edmond Dantes created?
I don't know. Through
In the
who?
Colosseums of Greece, I think?
100%. The Parthenon, you know.
I love it. I love it. Okay. What's one song you refuse to hear again at a wedding? Ever. If there's one song that you're sick of, there's a song.
Can't say.
Yeah, he's laughing. He's obviously got a
Chris
song.
knows. Is there one song that you just can't stand when it comes
It's
on?
like, just please shut up and turn it off.
I do have one, but for my own personal reasons. But what's yours?
Well, the singer's name starts with Ed, so that's all I'll say.
Oh, okay, yes,
yeah,
yes,
like
yes.
seriously, man. Like, you know.
Okay, yeah.
Plug.
When you were DJing, did you ever secretly cut a track just to get people off the dance floor?
No.
Never tried to
Get him off the dance
like
floor?
to stop and say, you know what, like. you're
Oh, let's
tired.
wrap it up.
Yeah, you're gonna wrap it up.
No.
You kept on going.
No. Always. Yeah.
If you had to plan your own wedding at Vogue Ballroom,
Yeah.
who would you trust to MC it?
Oh, that's a hard one today. But
Is there? You don't have to mention names, but
Is there someone?
is there? Do you have someone in your mind, or would you say, you want to do something right, you got to do it yourself?
no, there are really, really good MCs out there that are actual master of ceremonies. But I wouldn't have one. I'd have three.
Wow.
I like
Yeah,
that.
I'd have three. Yeah. And they're really good.
Which role gave you the biggest headache? DJ, MC, planner, or owner?
Owner.
Makes sense. back in your DJ days, which was about, what, 5 to 10 years ago?
Yeah, right. When I had hair.
What was your ultimate floor filler that never failed?
Oh,
Never failed.
for weddings or clubs? Because
Clubs. I'd say clubs.
So my day was working in a takeaway food shop until 3 o'clock on a Saturday, going home, having a shower, shave. I had the van already loaded from the night before. Go up to the venue, do the wedding, finish at 12:30, pack down. 1:30 I was at a club, work till 4:30 in the morning, then 8:30 I was at work again.
Wow.
So
grinder.
floor filler. When? What era? What what year?
Let me give you the era of late 80s, because I'd like to hear a track of the late 80s.
Oh, late 80s, floor filler.
One track that'll just go off its tits.
I've got a lot of them. Boom Boom, Male Stripper, heaps. Like
I love it. Boom, boom, much. Since
Yeah.
song choices
Male
back then.
Stripper, Laser Light.
Was there something
Two of Hearts.
Was there a magic dust?
You're yeah. Two of Hearts.
Born to Be Alive. No, Born to Be Alive was massive.
Born to Be Alive was it. That was every Greek's go-to
Love
in
and
their car.
Devotion.
Chap Laps, Greeks, Born to Be
Back in
Alive.
the 80s, gee, that brings back, yeah.
Okay. So when you're running Vogue now, do you ever miss being behind the decks?
Yes. Yes, big
So
time.
when you see another DJ, like, have you ever had the tickle?
I've done it. I've actually done it. I've jumped
Wow.
up there
All right,
like
so the next time that happens, I want to be there. I want to take some footage.
It's actually funny you say that because a friend of mine's a promoter and he does nights. And he did an 80s night on top of inflation. And he's like, George, you need to come play. I said, mate, listen, these people don't want to see this fat, bald old dude. He said, what are you talking about? He goes, they're all our age. I said, can I bring vinyl? And he's like, yeah. I said, okay. There was no lift. And there was turntables there. Carried 2 crates of vinyl upstairs, 5 flights of stairs. Right, like I was out for a week. The barman was standing next to me going, how are you doing that? Doing what? How do you find the cue and the intros and the beat?
Especially on vinyl.
Yeah. And he's like, why does it sound like that? Because it's analog, full spectrum. These are digitally compressed sound. So the DJ comes on after me, did the set, they went nuts, puts in his USB stick like this. I lean over to the bar and I took 2 cloths and cloth napkins and I threw it over the screens of the CDJs.
Wow.
And I got the pitch control and I put it full. I said, mix. He's like, what? I said, mix. You've got the song, start, stop, right? Mix.
No
find
chance.
find the beat. He's like, but I can't see. See what? There's nothing to see. What do you see on vinyl?
Yeah, you can't. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So look, it's hard.
So you know what? I think the DJs now just test yourself out. Go get yourself a vinyl, get yourself a
No,
record. and
vinyl's finished.
You
It's
can't.
gone. It's not.
But you can't. But even trying to find that track on the vinyl at a certain part, you can't.
You're gonna have to know.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to know where it is and how it is. Yeah.
Okay, we have 3 more questions to go, Georgie.
Go for it.
Who's more stressful to deal with, a late vendor or a drunk uncle?
Late vendor with a drunk person. 99% of a drunk uncle are happy drunks. You can always deal with them. They want another drink, you give them another drink.
Shut them up, yeah.
Not to shut them up, but they're fine. They're not going to cause issues.
Have you ever mixed the drink with a bit of water so they think they're having a bit of like vodka or tequila? Just so they don't go nuts?
Yes.
Yeah.
I've
Well,
actually,
good.
You got that placebo
I've actually
effect,
put
you know?
I've actually put water in a shot glass. I said, "Come on, let's have a shot together." And we had a shot, and he shot at water. Oh, I love you. You're the best. And then I went home.
I love it.
And I said, "Yeah, fantastic."
If Vogue Ballroom was a celebrity, who would it be and why?
Oh, wow. I've got to think about that one. If Vogue Ballroom was a celebrity, who would it be and why? Madonna, because she's still around. She's still the best.
Vogue.
Correct.
Yes, that's a very good answer. Now, last question.
They're both laughing. Sure, I feel intimidated.
If you had to give me one role for a night at your reception,
Yeah,
what would I be running?
the whole night.
Do you see why I love the man?
No, it's a fact, the whole night. This is the thing, right, with vendors as well, especially I see it with you. When I was in the venue, when you're a master of ceremonies, you just don't sit down. You need to be on the ball. So you need to speak with the bride and groom. You need to scope out what's happening. You need to speak with the kitchen. What's going on? You guys early, we're slow, we're this, we're that. One more song with the DJ, blah, blah, blah. he does it anyway.
Yeah.
He doesn't sit.
No.
I see him. He's like, bing, 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 like a pinball machine everywhere.
Where's that?
And the nights are perfection.
Yeah.
Perfection. I just get stressed when he says, "Look, I'm thin. Can I stand up on your table and bang the drum?" I'm like, "Oh my god!"
No, I stopped that long time ago. No, I won't do that ever again.
That's litigation
I
negligence.
did that ever- Chris, I think you're going to change from divorce lawyer to some other criminal law or something because something's going to go
Negligence,
down.
tort law.
Georgie, it was
George?
an absolute pleasure for you to be
Oh, it was
here.
an honour. Thank you so much. I loved it. It was great.
Honestly, it was just, it was amazing.
No, do you know what? Today I saw a whole new side to you and both Georges.
Yeah.
I really like it. I do think there's a connection there.
Oh,
A good connection,
definite-
a brotherly
definite-
connection.
Definite connection.
Yeah.
So again,
Congratulations to your son.
Congratulations
Thank
to
you.
Chris.
you.
Yeah.
Proud
And
sponsors. Again, you want to
yes,
take us through quickly?
yes, our proud sponsor for this episode is the Vogue Ballroom in Burwood
Burwood.
East. You guys have any inquiries? Got an event coming up, whether it's corporate, personal,
And I'll tell you
family.
something else too. If they come, if couples come and they mention this show, okay, because they've mentioned you guys, we will put them in a 5-star hotel in the Melbourne CBD for their wedding night. Complimentary.
Wow.
If they mention your
There you
your
go,
show.
guys. You heard
Wow.
it.
But not everyone, maybe one or two. Like,
Whoever comes and mentions it. But yeah, so word might get out. I'm going to say, which show was it? And what did you hear? What did you talk about?
Ah,
you know?
smart man.
Yeah, that's right.
So there's T's and C's. So you got to cross those T's and
That's right.
C's.
But
Smart.
if they mention it, 100%.
You heard that, ladies and
Well,
gentlemen.
George, thank you very much for joining us
You're
at the
very
Vault
welcome.
Room.
Thank you.
Georgie, you're a gentleman. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And
So
I
you
look
guys,
forward to
thank
seeing you off more often.
100%.
Thank you for
Keep
all
me
you've
there every
done.
week.
I hope. I wish. Check him out, guys. Muri, M, Magic Dust.
Can you unlock the vault this time?
I don't want to. Okay, unlock.
All right, all done, man.
Guys, have a
Thank
good
you very
one.
much.
See you later.
Thanks, guys. Thank you.